der Ibex right now.
Ready to go. Spot in the quarterfinal up for grabs here. Badosa to serve.
Love 15.
Thankfully, your voice is strong, Pippa.
Yeah, I've still
into
got
the
mine.
second week and on the rise.
Sometimes I wish I didn't have mine. Yeah, it's good tennis. You're going to see a lot of those heavy forehands from Paula Badosa. Made even more lively on these courts in the toasty conditions. Interestingly, Badosa also struggled with her toss a little bit against Kostyuk, and we put that down to the windy conditions, but she doesn't really have any wind to contend to today.
Badosa.
So strong serve in its game to open proceedings here. Good view from behind the court here, and that service toss of Badosa heading a little bit off centre.
Yeah, one thing I picked up in that previous match against Kostyuk was actually that the toss was quite far in front of her as well, and when she does make those errors off the serve, usually they're in the net, which signals that she doesn't quite go off enough on that serve.
Let's take a look at our good friend Win Predictor. Badosa will be the favourite here. Not sure it takes enough into consideration when it comes to Danilovic's lead-in form. So 68-32. Maybe a little strong in favour of Badosa. Fractionally. What do you think?
Love 15.
I think it's probably not taking into account the fact that Danilovic has won 13 out of her last 14 matches. She finished her 2024 season on such a high, winning that title in Guangzhou, and the only match she's lost this year was the very first one in Hobart to Maya Joint.
Love 30.
A really nice change of direction. Danilovic just holding her ground there, hugging the baseline, taking time away through her positioning rather than the power. Now that all started with the serve, and that serve is going to be such an important shot for Danilovic, particularly on the ad court, because the lefty slider goes to the backhand of Badosa, and that's her slightly weaker shot.
Juice. Advantage, Badosa.
Yeah, the return of serve is going to be so important for Badosa. Danilovic getting a lot of free points in previous rounds off that lefty slider.
Juice.
75% for the tournament, fourth so far this year in terms of the WTA rankings on first serve percentage. So it's a weapon for her. Stretched here in this opening service game. The power from Badosa at the back of the court going to be problematic.
Yeah, particularly off that forehand wing. She has such a huge natural ball strike, Badosa. She's able to dictate points off that forehand wing.
Juice.
And she's got to take those
Advantage, Badosa.
opportunities, though, when she gets them, Danilovic, because she doesn't want to engage in those long, extended rallies. That's where Badosa is at her prime.
Let for serve. Wait, please. Thanks, Morgan. Cain, Badosa.
So an early break for Paula Badosa.
2 games to love.
I think it's a good demonstration of what we can expect here. The serve strong from Danilovic, but the ground strokes of Badosa, that's the battle. She makes mistakes like she did there. Serbian going to find it difficult, as you'd expect from the top players. Get an early break, strong possibility of them taking it all the way to the set.
$50. $30 love.
You can see how lively the courts are, how high the ball is bouncing, and just that it's flying a little bit off Danilovic's racket at the moment.
Out. 7 unforced errors now and just struggling to find the range. Need to shift that baseline back 2 or 3 feet.
Cain, Badosa. Badosa leads.
Fast
3
start
games to
for
love.
Paula Badosa here. Break holding her serve. 3 love. Tightly held the invitations. Not too far away here from having the first of the heat stress rules being introduced. We're at 3.8, and if it hits 4, then the first of those elements is enacted, which is an extended break. It's 4 of 5. 5 is suspension of play.
Love 13.
And from down here, it just seems like Olga Danilovic's footwork is not quite there yet. She's just not very sharp, especially on the first strike after her serve. I'm getting better, guys.
Well, you're taking whisper to a new level, Andrea. I think your voice is under heat stress. I admire your commitment, though.
15-13.
Danilovic should be happy with an extended break here after being under siege early in this match.
In regards to Andrea's footwork comment, I mean,
15-14.
although she hasn't lost a set so far, it's still a bit of a different look for Danilovic, spending all that back-to-back time on court. She's only made the 4th round of a slam on one occasion. Takes some time to get used to it.
Badosa.
So Badosa holds him now out to 4-love. Yeah, maintaining that momentum and the belief that you can continue to do it. It's effectively the second week, even though we're on a Sunday. We started on the Sunday, and when you look at Badosa, she's been to the 4th round or beyond all of the Grand Slams, quarterfinalists at the French and US Open, whereas for Danilovic, it's a week-long tournament that she's already worked her way through, but you've got to continue to raise the bar at the Grand Slam, get to a new level at this point. It's a big challenge.
And this is much better tennis from Paula Badosa as well in comparison to her previous round. She's getting much more depth on the ball. Yes, those unforced errors are coming from Danilovic, but as a result of Badosa's power and depth.
Out. 30-love.
And we talked about the importance of the first serve as well. She's able to dictate from the very first shot.
Cain, Badosa.
Well, what a start for Paula Badosa. 20 minutes out to 5-love. When she put her head on the pillow last night, Olga Danilovic, and she thought about what she was going to encounter today. A 5 start in the opening 20 minutes wasn't what she was thinking about. Chance here on her serve to find something, get on the scoreboard.
Love.
Able to generate really acute angles. That forehand wing, Danilovic. Such an advantage being left-handed.
love. Game, Danilovic.
So Danilovic on the board. Confidence booster, a little one at least. Holds to love.
Badosa leads 5 games to 1.
A couple of things with that, of course. Force Badosa to have to serve. And if she does hold her serve here and take the set, Danilovic serving first in the second. Have to take the little positives where you can get them. Serving for the opening set here.
Well, that second serve was right into the strike zone of Danilovic. Didn't really have to move a great deal to hit that one.
Out. 15 all.
Again, that was an opportunity for Danilovic, a second serve into the strike zone, but she just didn't do anything with it. A return landing more or less on the service line is going to get crucified.
Fifteen, 30. All. Out. 40, 30. Let for serve.
Strong serving throughout the set, and Paula Badosa
6 games to 1. New
dominant
balls,
display, 6-1, just 27 minutes to take the opening set. Being as good, the frying pan, but you're right.
15 love.
You wouldn't be old enough to remember that, Pippa. They used to fry eggs. Remember the old green court here? It was when it get that hot. They actually did it one day. They brought out an egg and they put it on the court and it bubbled away. Hungry fan ate it.
And this was actually a much better point by Danilovic. I thought she was going down the line too early in the rally, just bailing out. And this was much better held. And I felt like she was overwhelmed by the pace and the power in the first set.
Out. 40 love.
It's an important opening service game here. Held her previous service game to Love. Get on the board in the first set.
Game.
There we go. So it's a good start. See if that can spark her into action.
First game, second set.
So important to get on the board early, particularly for someone like Danilovic, who is such a confidence player. And she just hasn't been able to find a way into this match, but we know how quickly the tables can turn.
Love 15.
Yeah, that's much better. And look, this is even more important because we know that Badosa can get a bit agitated. She lost her composure a little bit in that previous round. Stefanos Tsitsipas telling her to calm down. She can be pretty vocal on court.
And a huge difference on the return of serve from Danilovic, just taking a bit off the return to get it back into play, and then she's into the rally. So in that opening set, most of those returns going either long or into the net, mainly long. 3 break points.
And look, against the serve like Badosa's 180-ish kilometers an hour every time. All you're really looking to do is neutralize it. You're not trying to dictate play off the return of serve. Get it back in, bit of height, bit of depth. Make sure she can't dictate.
So with the double fault, Danilovic
Danilovic leads 2 games to love.
Get some confidence from this start. The second set. Coach Ponteledo. Badosa along with Tsitsipas get a little anxious.
Love 15.
Superb mover. Badosa picked that up very early.
Love 13.
And just needs to be a little bit careful that she's not being too predictable on the serve placement. Badosa camping out that backhand side of the court. Every now and then just throwing in a tee serve. Even if it's only every once in a while, it will still cast just a tiny bit of doubt in the mind of Badosa, so she can't just sit and wait for the serve to her backhand.
Well, that is a little fortunate. On the break point, big impact from the net. So breaks back, return to being on serve in this second set. So traded service breaks here already in this second set.
Well, did you know if you walk in from the city, there's actually a slide for young kids?
A water slide.
Yeah.
I go. I have a 3 or 4 slides on arrival each day. Yeah, it's tremendous. People, as you would well know, been to a lot of major sporting events around the world. To walk from the central business district to a major sporting venue so close is so unique, and the MCG just next door. Head to one of the laneways in the city, grab your morning coffee and stroll on down along the Yarra.
Yeah, really good patience from Badosa. She's constructing the points well, waiting for her time to strike.
So strong game on serve to square things up in the second set.
And Pippa, you talked about Paula's fragility at times, but she looks like a woman on a mission today. She's so focused and so positive. It's really impressive to see from courtside.
Yeah, certainly a big shift in her demeanor and the way that she's carrying herself today compared to her previous round.
So the first serve of Danilovic holding up okay. It's strong in this set early, of course, but for the match 69%, which is just as well because she's just won 3 of 10 on the second serve, 30%. Crucial, the first serve ball's going in at the moment. When that stat's there, you're just hanging on.
She's been a little bit predictable with the serve placement, and even that second serve there, it was a missed return from Badosa, but it was right into her hitting zone. She's a reasonably tall girl as well, 5'11", so the ball's bouncing up nicely right into her strike zone. And that's a much better serve.
Danilovic.
It's more like the battle we expected in this second set. Danilovic leads 3-2. A little bit of cloud cover, some haze coming across, which takes a little of the sting out of the sun.
Dirty love. out. 30-15.
big hitting. Both ends.
All.
Here is an opportunity now for Danilovic. She changing things up there with the serve placement. She's been very much favouring that serve to the forehand of Danilovic.
Danilovic.
So an important break of serve for Olga Danilovic.
Danilovic leads 4 games to 2.
And you can see she's just settled a bit. We talked about the way that she's neutralising that Badosa serve, getting herself back into the point. And then she's able to play the game of chess that she so enjoys playing. It looks to me as if she's hugging the baseline a little bit more as well, holding her ground. But in general, just those consistency levels a whole lot higher for Danilovic. That's another example. Stayed put, didn't retreat.
30 love.
It's a nice change of direction.
Just as the points were coming easily for Badosa in the opening set, they're coming a little easy for Danilovic at the moment. It's been a good little stretch.
That was a much better strike by Badosa. It just feels like she's taken a bit pace out of her ground strokes, which gives Danilovic more time to miss less. And I think Paula needs to go back to hitting the ball properly.
Danilovic
drops on the line. Danilovic holds and leads 5-2.
Danilovic leads 5 games to 2.
Yeah.
I've never heard that term before.
If you're at Roland Garros, it's ice sausage. You learn something every day, Pippa.
You do.
Been a good set for Danilovic here. Badosa serving to stay in the second set.
Love 15. Fifteen all. Thirty 15. All.
Even if she doesn't win this game, Badosa, the set rather, it's so important that she wins this game because she doesn't want to start the third set serving second.
Still just the one break too, so the pressure of serving. Extend it to a third set, never know. Danilovic has been strong on serve in this. For the major part of this second set was broken, of course, as they traded service breaks in the second and third game.
Juice.
Yeah, Pippa, this is exactly what you mentioned earlier. Sometimes the ball toss gets ahead of her, and then she's chasing the ball, and that's when the double faults seem to come in.
Advantage, Badosa. Juice. Advantage, Badosa.
Important hold for Badosa. Wasn't easy.
Danilovic
And
leads
she's
5
such a
games
good
to 3.
athlete, Badosa, so quick around the court. If you're going to hit a drop shot, then you need to make sure it's a little bit better than that.
Love 15.
And Andrea's right, attitude-wise, Badosa is almost two different people. She's so calm and composed on court today, even though she's a breakdown in this second set. That's brilliant.
Love 30.
And this doesn't just take athleticism, but the hand skills and maintaining the acceleration, even when you're on the run, is a difficult thing to do.
When you think back to that previous service game, and you pointed it out correctly, Pippa, that it was so
Love
crucial
40.
that she hold, not just for what might occur in the third set, but to put the pressure on Danilovic. After that first set, all of a sudden, on the doorstep of sending it to a third, you've got to hold your serve, though, and now there's 3 break points.
Let's 15-40. Light, second serve.
Oh, superb striking from both players, but Danilovic with just that touch more firepower.
30-40.
Huge winner from Badosa. Gets the break back.
New balls, please. And eventually it's 5.
So a string of service breaks from both players here. Deep into the second set. New balls now for Badosa. Still has to hold serve here to stay alive in this second set.
Yeah, we're seeing a bit of emotion now from Danilovic, and that's been her Achilles heel. She broke onto the tour at such a young age, winning her first title at 17 years old, and then she didn't win her next title until Guangzhou on the back end of 2024. So a 6-year gap between them. She just got disrupted, and she by the ball hitting the top of the net.
30-15.
Trying to strike that one a little bit too far in front. There's the footwork that we were referring to in the first set. Just so important to take those small steps around the ball.
Badosa.
So it's a good comeback from Badosa. Evens things up once again in this second set, 5-all. Not sure we can say that the momentum swung back in Badosa's favour, but Danilovic will be feeling the extra stress. Had the chance to serve it out, send it to a decider.
Yeah, and this is a match that Danilovic will feel that she's very much capable of winning as well. She's ranked just outside the top 50, and usually with that ranking, if you're in the 4th round of a Grand Slam, you're lucky to not be coming across, you know, a top 10 player. She's playing Badosa, and she's beaten her before on a couple of occasions. This is winnable for her. She'll feel it.
30.
Wasn't feeling like that in the first set, but it's been a good recovery. This set 44 minutes in duration so far. Been a seesawing affair. 2 breaks of serve each.
40 love. Game, Danilovic.
Stress-free service game for Olga Danilovic. 6-5 in the second set. So once again back to Badosa. Serve to stay in the second set.
Well, that's ace number 5, 4 of which have come in this current set for Badosa. And really good variety on that first serve as well. She's not always going for her targets. Sometimes it's just a big delivery down the body, trying to jam Danilovic.
Cain, Badosa.
So trading service games to love to send it to a tiebreak.
6 games all, tiebreak.
Already played a tiebreak so far this Australian Open. Danilovic, she played one against Pegula.
As did Badosa against Wong in the opening round as well. So I always feel that the tiebreak stats are a little meaningless unless you've got a huge serve. Badosa therefore maybe a slight advantage. Even then, the serve statistics pretty similar for both players so far.
Oh, gotta be making those second serve returns. Badosa continuing to favour the serves to the Danilovic forehand. She has bigger swings on those sides, so it's easier to catch her out timings-wise, but that was a very makeable return.
And that's the thing about the tiebreak, isn't it? It's the marginal misses or hits. There's so little margin in what we're watching
Yeah, Badosa covers the court so well. Makes it seem like the court is smaller than it is. And there's another example. Just gets balls back, and bit by bit, she gradually manages to fight her way back into the point. Found a bit of depth off that backhand, added a bit of height.
Badosa.
As we talked about with the serve, Danilovic not winning a point on her own serve so far in this tiebreak. 2 serves to come for Badosa. She can put herself in a almost unassailable position.
Five, 1, Badosa.
Danilovic has worked so hard to get back into this match. Served for it. 6-5. All of a sudden, very quickly, slipping away.
It's just so difficult, isn't it, when Badosa is just everywhere around the court. Look at the way she's able to turn defense into offense, gets that shorter ball, and then she pounces.
Another full handful of match points.
6-1, Badosa. Out. 6-2, Badosa.
So Paula Badosa in straight sets goes through to the Australian Open quarter-final for the first time. It was an impressive display, particularly in the first set, but when it was there to be won, she fought back strongly, and then it was a demolition in the tie-break. 6-1, 7-6.
You can see just how much it means to her as well, matching her career best run at a Grand Slam. She's into the quarterfinals, and that was a really, really solid match from Paula Badosa. It was all about her serve and her return. Danilovic just not able to get in the points, and that was the problem. But she's had a good run. Still a young player. She's won 13 of her last 15 matches. Some good momentum for her, so hopefully she'll bring that forwards this season.